to say, be it unto me according to your word. So let his healing come as we sing. You are the God that healeth me. Sing it together. You are the God, oh yes, that healeth me. You are the Lord. You are the Lord. My healer. You sent your word. You sent your word. And you healed my disease. You are the Lord. My healer. Oh, sing it. You are the God. Yes, you are God. That's me. That me. Oh, you are the Lord. You are the You sent your word. You sent your word. And you healed my disease. You are the Lord. My healer. Oh, you sent your word. You sent your word. And you healed my disease. You are the Lord. My healer. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Be healed in the name of Jesus. Lord, touch your people, I pray.
Hello, good morning, welcome to this Monday morning motivational call. I thank you for joining me. It's 3 o'clock here in Trinidad and Tobago, yet we are here. Good morning, Queens. So today's topic is, I am a grown-up. I want to hear in the chat how many grown-ups we have here, how many grown-ups we have here in the house. Just put in the chat a thumbs up how many grown-ups we have here in the house this morning. So this topic is very dear to my heart because when I was tell me in the chat how many of you all wanted to get out of your house, how many of you all had so much plans that you all wanted to say, you know what, I don't want nobody to tell me what to do no more. Some of us were in abusive homes, dysfunctional homes, that we wanted, you know, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here and be on my own. But we encountered some hiccups when we realized that being a grown-up wasn't as easy as we thought in our mind. So let's get the ball rolling. And I have prepared a little presentation for you all. Let's hear. So my name is Yamin Trotman, and I am here to present I Am a Grown-Up. So my healing and empowerment. I dedicate my life to others for them to helping them to find their strength and their journey. And as a social worker, a author and a founder of Heal Me, Healing You, and Gain Foundation, I use my experiences to inspire transformation and break generational cycles. And rooted in faith, I empower women to embrace the word, prioritizing the mental health and to live authentically, because we know that life can be hard and it's always good to have a little help, right? So I bring you today, I am a grown-up, 3 lessons that I have learned since I am a grown-up. So since I am a grown-up, I learned that I don't need to downplay anything. So let us get right into it. So I became a grown-up, right? And I realized that how many times do you had to pretend not to know things or to act like you are clueless? And I start back recently university, and I told everyone from the beginning that I was a big girl. But as I go through university, I realized that I am smart, and I always have been. During my high school, I doubted myself right through. And I remember that in primary school, I used to get straight A's. But at the end of primary school, I don't know what happened that I start to achieve only B's. And as I reflect on my life and all my friendships, I see that I was always trying to downplay my intelligence to fit in and to avoid others from feeling bad about themselves. But then I wake up and I grow up, and don't feel it was long time. It was like 2 years ago. And and it's never too late. I was reading the Viola Davis book, and she went to therapy at 53. And I used to feel bad because I was 42 years old who now wake up. And I was like, it's never too late. And as I reflect on my life when I became a grow up, I stopped pretending to be less than I am just to make others feel comfortable. I realized that I don't need to diminish myself or let others shine more and to then adjust my shine. Now I am healed and I embrace my intelligence because I know my worth. And I am truly growing because I no longer let others dictate, how to dictate how brilliant I am. And I will not turn down my bright just to let others shine so that nobody will feel uncomfortable in my presence. I invite you today to refuse for you to water down yourself and tiptoe around people. If you have any friend or any relative that make you feel uncomfortable for who you are, I highly recommend you to analyze that relationship. Place in the chat if that be you. It's time for you to stop, Queen. Shine bright, and no matter what other people are saying about your shine, shine. And the second lesson I learned since I am a grown up is that a journey through dreams and responsibilities. Also, when I was small, I grew up in poverty. Raise your hand if you grow up not having things. And I wanted to run away from my home. My deepest desire was to grow up, to own my own money, to have my own house and endless shoes. I had dreams, big, real dreams at that point. And I dreamed of a castle, but mostly I wanted things that I didn't have, like shoes, clothes, food, bags, car. And when I bought my first car, I felt like I finally made it. I had a good office job, a desk, a phone, and all the things I didn't have when I was growing up. Your dreams look so different when you have a limitation mentality. So I felt like my dream had come true. But after achieving all those things, I was still unsatisfied because that version of grown up was built from my traumas. And then I learned that my body also was treated like currency because I was a grown up, so I could do with my body what I wanted. It was also a limiting belief that came from my traumas, and that shaped how I saw myself. I underwent multiple surgeries, breast implant, tummy tuck, trying to look like the woman in the magazine. And I thought that achieving this ideal body make me feel complete, but even with everything, the car, the job, the perfect body, I felt empty. And in 2002, something shifted. I started asking myself, what do I really like to do? Who I am. I remember when Pastor Luke approached me and he asked me, who are you? And when I am not defining myself through anyone else anymore, because I did it for so long. I had tied my identity to my husband, to his success when I also went to a point to become a certified welder. And it felt good, but even then I could not embrace it because I was still broken. I realized I did not like to follow rules or asking for help. Simple things like opening a bank account felt hard because I spent so much time avoiding responsibilities and letting life happen to me. Ladies, today, don't let life happen to you. Have goals and have let's set our goals and say if you want a car, stop being a professional wisher. And if you want a car, if you want things in your life, if you want things to change, if you want set healing goals, set um, all the goals that you need to reach where you are, because I was a professional wisher. And I realized that becoming a grown up meant accepting that I didn't know everything and that I needed to learn to be teachable, coachable. And I realized that I was blaming others, my parents, my past, my circumstances, and all those things was just holding me back. True growth came when I took full responsibility for my life and I stopped pointing fingers. Yes, I had made a mess. When I look back at my life, I had made a mess. But you know what? I own it. And when I own it, I realized that becoming a grown-up, it was not about achieving material things. It was about standing up after falling, deciding that my life was not going to stay in the valley of shadow of death. And some days I still feel socially inadequate, but I show up and I take responsibilities for my choices because I am a grown up. A grown up will stand up and say, yes, I made a mess, and then pick up the pieces, ask God to put them back together and continue walking. So I am a grown up. How many grown ups I have in the room this morning? My third and last lesson was that it's not too late to begin again. Being a grown up means learning to take responsibilities for your actions, and that including learning to apologize. I started reading a book, and this book talks about asking for forgiveness and accepting and forgiving people, even though they don't say sorry. Because it's like not forgiving, it's like holding a hot coal in your hand and wishing for the other person to be hurting when the only person hurting is us. And I have the desire I have desires and I should not have, and I have thoughts that I should not think sometimes. And sometimes healing is not perfect nor linear. And sometimes I lash out at my children. And especially in stressful days, I lash out at my husband. And it reminds me of that I am dealing with my own monsters. But then I immediately catch myself and I declare the blood of Jesus is against you. And I humble myself and I go back to my husband, I go back to my children and I apologize. And there's that voice in my head that say, how many times are you going to apologize, Yamin? And my answer is as many times as necessary. And I will keep going back and keep building myself to strive to become the person that God created me to be. And to anyone who feel as broken as I once did, and even half as broken, I want you to know that there's hope. And if God can use someone as messed up as I was, he can use you too. The day you think your mess is too much is the day that God could turn it into something glorious. I think back about my life, and God one day tell me, I mean, no matter the bigger the mess, the bigger the blessing, the bigger the mess, the bigger the mercy. And I think about the woman of the well, and when God spoke to her, and when she go back, that was so many people got saved by her testimony. Don't feel that you are unusable, untrustable, because I used to feel like that you will be that you will be a waste of space. I used to feel like that. But what I wanted to do is to get up and stop blaming your circumstances, your parents, and the way you were raised, and take an honest inventory of your life, not to prove anything to anyone, Queen, but to yourself, because you owe it to yourself. And you say, I cannot do it because I have children. I cannot do it because you should do it because you have children. And ask yourself today, am I truly happy? Not Instagram happy, not Facebook happy, not TikTok happy, because you know that social media lies. But I am talking about a deep soul filling happiness. If the answer is no, it's time to start making changes. The first step is messy. It is painful. Even it will make you feel overwhelmed, but the peace that surpasses all understanding is worth it. Even in your darkest day, the peace will carry you to places, I telling you. And it's the peace that lets me apologize out to all the people that I hurt and keep me going. And sometimes it feels hard, but after, because of that peace, my children now call me mommy, which they didn't used to. My loved ones still call me baby and lover. And all those beautiful moments remind me that the work is worth it. This is what means to be a real grown-up. Owning your mistake, apologizing where it's necessary, choosing to rise above your past. It means taking responsibilities for your life and committing to becoming the person that God has called you to be. To return on this journey is greater than anything you could ever imagine. It's like spending $1 and getting $1 million in return. So if you're struggling, I am here to tell you that there is something amazing waiting for you on the other side. So let's go. So that is the end of my presentation. I have some announcements. So I have a free workshop coming up. And on my free workshop, I am excited to tell you that it will be about the power of self-awareness, because self-awareness for me has been a groundbreaking thing, that knowing what are your triggers, knowing what are your fears, knowing what causes your anxiety, knowing what are the traumas that you went through as a child. It's very important to know them, because when you know, you have control. And I will be announcing the dates on my Instagram page. I will type it at the end, and where you will follow me, and you will be able to see when I am launching that free workshop. Also, I have a Facebook private group. Also, I will appreciate if you drop your emails so I can join you in that private group. I will be helping you. If you have a personal issue and you need advice, also I will be occasionally dropping videos that will help you unlock the better version of you, because deep down in your heart, there is the person that God created you to be is just inside of all the hurt and all those things that you've been through. Also, I will be launching my book. Yes, I will be launching my book. And in that book, I will give you details of the things that I mentioned. You see how I tell you that I am, that my children didn't used to call me mom. There I giving you the whole juicy details of why my children stopped calling me mommy, and why people stop calling me lover, and babes, because I was so angry. But I will give you the juicy details, and I hope that you today have a wonderful day. Thank you for taking 20, 15 minutes of your day. And it was now you can drop it in the chat. And for now, I will drop my Instagram handle here is heal me. Let's yeah, go ahead and drop it in the chat. And I hope that you follow me and take advantage of the freebies that I am offering you. And because you know that we are here to help you and to guide you into growing into that beautiful person, because I never believed that I was worthy of God love. And I know that sometimes we could feel like that, right? This is my handle, and across all my platforms, Heal Me, Healing You. And there you can find me. And I will be there sharing all the details about my book, about the workshop, and about the private group. You all can also reach out there and send me a private message with your email address. So I will join you in the private group on Facebook. It's private because some people will be there. Some people will be there and sharing personal stuff, and we don't want people outside of our community to read. Some people, I put a feature where you can drop anonymous comments. So if you want to drop it anonymous and you don't want to say what is your name and so on, you could. So we have a 1 minute. If you all want to say anything, ask any question, I could give you 1 minute, so you all could just raise your hand and I could mute you and you could ask any question. If there's not any questions, so I will see you then. I will see you next time. I will be back here on the 13th, I think. Somebody remind me. I think I will be here live again on the 13th. Let me see. So I will see you again on Tuesday, the 14th of January. Hi, good morning, Bev. You wanted to say something?
I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you all too. Without you, my ministry will not be. And I thank you all for taking your time for logging in and listening. It's truly amazing to be a guidance, because I know that when I was growing up and I was going through so much, I didn't have nobody to talk to. And I am here. I want you all to know that I am here. God bless you too. God bless you too. All right, well, that's a wrap. I wish you all a very, very productive, amazing, blessed day. Go and take over the world, because great is He who is in us. So go and have yourself an amazing day. Bye. I love you.